You know, I do a lot of research when I choose venues, and most I get to go to in person and check them out, but for Basundari and Bali, I didn't do that because I live so far away. So my wife and I spent a lot of time researching the very minute details, including every detail you can think about that one would look for in a retreat. But also I wanted to see it as much as I could of it without coming in person. So when I first started conversation with Intan, and we started getting serious about it, I asked her for video. And so we had a Zoom call, I think it was Zoom or WhatsApp, and she took me around to several rooms, saw the details of every room, and then saw all the wonderful facilities. And then we talked about food, and then the sort of culture around Basundari, which is just very much aligned with how I like to hold retreats, which is that I'm sort of on your team as staff, and I bring group, but our job is to make sure that we serve the guests here, meaning the group that I bring, we serve them and make it all about them. And I immediately knew that was how you guys were doing things. And seeing all the facilities and communicating with you guys and always having open line of communication, I knew it was going to be a perfect place. And of course I have to do my diligence, so I looked around for even negative things, but I really couldn't find one single negative word about Basundari anywhere, online or in person, or friends or colleagues of mine who I also ask about retreat venues in Bali. And so after I had that video call and asked all those details as well, I knew it was the right fit. Oh, it was better than I could ever imagine. I'm usually not so worried about what I have to take care of and what I get to do, teaching and keeping, creating a container for the group, for their connection. But I've been absolutely blown away, number one, by the service of the staff and you all, and always being there to support me no matter what. Whatever question I asked, no matter what time of the day, I was always greeted with a well noted with a response, and I really appreciated that. Also, the grounds here are so amazing. Just taking a walk from the lobby down the stairs, it's mesmerizing alone. And then at the bottom of the stairs, landing at the yogashala, that's when you really get to see the beauty of where you get to practice and get to be. Yes, when you look at Basundari like on a map, on Google Maps for example, you still see like, okay, there's a road here, there's several villas, there's neighborhoods, there's all kinds of things. But when you get here to Basundari, you walk past the lobby, you're transformed into this jungle. And it's a really beautiful place that I knew was beautiful, but I don't think any photo can capture the feeling of being in the jungle like that. I already have.
Thank you.
Yes, so much. I've already recommended it, and I've already had friends and colleagues ask me and say, okay, how's everything there? I'm looking at this venue, this venue, this venue. And I don't say anything bad about the other venues, I don't know. But they know that I'm very discerning and I'm very careful about where I hold my retreats. So I would definitely recommend it again, and I will definitely be back here myself again. You know, I know it's very difficult because you're only given a certain amount of land and you can't build more land, you know, but it would be wonderful if there was just maybe even a small another space to maybe have a gym or some other exercise equipment. And I know many people, especially in yoga retreats, not many people care about that. Selfishly, it would be a lot for myself, but also just another space to have some other physical activity. But really that's not something I expect from retreat centers, and the vast majority of retreat centers all over the world don't have that. So it's not anything negative against Basundari at all, but just something that I would love.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.